Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So what do you do when you have a ton of zucchini? Well, today I am going to be sharing one of my favorite recipes for zucchini bread muffin style. So let's head on into the kitchen and we'll get started. If you're interested in making this recipe, head on over to our website, luckycatcreations.com, where we've posted this recipe and all the ingredients and instructions for you, as well as a downloadable PDF you can print. Don't forget to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and grease and flour a 9 by 5 inch loaf pan or line it with parchment paper if you're making it in a traditional loaf. But today I am going to be baking mine in a muffin pan lined with baking cups. All right, so let's get started. So the first thing we're going to be doing is I have my zucchini and I've already pre-sliced it up into just little wedge slices here. Grate the zucchini, and just a quick note, you do not need to peel your zucchini beforehand. And usually I use a handheld grater to do this, but to speed things up today, I'm going to use my food processor. Next, we are going to lightly squeeze out any of the excess moisture using a clean towel, or as you can see, I'm using some paper towels. All right, so let's start with the dry ingredients. So I've already pre-measured out our 1.5 cups of flour. This is just all purpose. And then we also have half a teaspoon of baking powder and baking soda. Next, we're gonna be adding a little bit of salt, cinnamon, and nutmeg to this mixture. And we'll go ahead and give that a little mix. And then we're gonna focus on our wet mixture here next. And to this, I've already measured out our 3/4 cup of sugar, just white granulated sugar. And then to that, I am gonna add a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. So we'll go ahead and that. And we'll start adding in our wet ingredients. So I've got half a cup of melted butter. A little bit of vanilla extract, and 2 large eggs. And we'll go ahead and give that a real good mix. Once that's mixed pretty well, then we can add in our 1.5 cups of zucchini. All right, and all that's left to do now that we have our dry mixture and our wet mixture is to add our dry mix into the wet. Now this part is optional, but we are going to fold in some chocolate chips, but this recipe is super versatile, so feel free to use nuts, raisins, any mix-ins you prefer. And once that's done, now we can pour our mixture into our baking cups. And for an added pro touch, feel free to sprinkle whatever mix-in that you used to the very tops of these. Right, and now we are ready to put these in the oven. I have our oven preset to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and we will let them bake for about 20 to 22 minutes. Well, now that our muffins are all finished baking, there's nothing else left to do other than to try them out. So let's give one a taste test. So I did do 2 separate batches, one with walnuts and one with chocolate chips. This one is the one with the walnuts. Oh, that is delicious. Well, I hope you guys will give this recipe a try at home. These are absolutely to die for, and it's so nice to have that versatility that you can add in whatever mixings you enjoy. So thanks again for watching, and be sure to check our website. We have all kinds of recipes and garden tips for you. And as always, if you like this content, be sure to hit that like button and be sure to subscribe. I hope I'll see you again on the next one. Bye.